Okay, today we're going to be looking at LMMS. It's been a while since I've done really very many audio tutorials. One of the reasons was it was just difficult to record audio while recording a screencast. But thanks to my new setup, running jack and pulse audio together, I can actually do that without too much effort. And this is going to be answering a viewer's question. I don't have the viewer's name because this is a question that was asked to me probably like 6 to 9 months ago, and I just never answered it because it was too much of a pain in the butt to do audio videos with my old setup. But here we go. The question is basically how do you loop a piano roll, basically. So let me quickly throw down something like a little loop here, where normally you have your beat baseline editor here, and you get your little loop that plays like that, and that would be this track here, and I can click and grab and drag that out, and then if I play the song, it will loop that over and over again. Now we can also grab an instrument and drag it into the song editor. So I can come here and I'll go to, I'm going to use a synthesizer like ZYN add sub effect is one that I like to use. So that's kind of they have ZYN add sub effect built into LMMS as well. So let's go ahead and use that. Let's use the basic little piano here. Let's go ahead and see how that sounds. Okay, so I can click here and it adds a little black bar here, and if I double click that, it brings me into the piano roll. And at this point I can start drawing in instruments, notes like so. So there we go, we have a little loop here. So we got that in our song editor here. Now you can't just grab and drag this out like you would a loop like so. But what you can do is if you hold down Control, click and drag, you basically can copy that over and over again. That's one way of doing it. But for shorter loops like that, the only time I really throw instruments down in the song editor like this is if I'm going to be recording out long portions using my MIDI keyboard or something like that. And I actually have had viewers tell me that they find it aggravating that I do everything in the beat editor here. And personally, I think it's just easier if you're doing short loops to use the beat editor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag in ZYN add sub effect into my beat editor here, and I'm going to open up that instrument. I'm going to choose a different instrument for this. I'll do a soft piano maybe. Let's see how that sounds. Okay. Instead of writing out the notes again, I'm just going to right click on the notes I already created here. I'm going to say copy. I'm going to right click here and say paste. So now you can see that I have created actually, I've kind of did this in a way I didn't want to. I'm going to hit clear all notes. I wanted to create a new baseline beat. So I just click that little add button. As now you can see we're on baseline 1. And then here I'm going to paste in the instrument. Now the reason I create a new thing is just because that way I can mix a little bit easier. Instead of having all the instruments in one loop, I'll have different loops that I can overlay in the song editor. Also, that loop is basically 2 measures long, and my kicker loop was only 1, so I would have had to either add to the kicker or put it in different baseline. I hope I'm not confusing with what I'm saying there. But basically, I've got the same if I click play here. So we have that little loop. It's the same loop that we have here, but with a different instrument. But you can see now we have this loop right here, and I can click and I can click and click and click like so to add it in. I can center click to remove them. I can also click and drag the edge here to different lengths. So I find that a lot easier to do than holding down Control and dragging here. And if you don't drag it to the right spot, you got to drag it over and over. And here I can, if I want to skip a section, I'll just click here, and at this point I can drag out again. So now you can hear I've got I've got both instruments going. Well, I got all three instruments going. I got the kicker in this line here. I got the home piano here, and then the soft piano down here. I can also center click and remove these. Paste back in then. So as you can see, there's two different ways to do it. Once again, putting the notes right in putting the instrument right in the song editor and writing out the notes, and then hitting Control, click, and drag to drag a copy of that wherever you want. Or you can just throw it in a little beat editor loop here, and then click and drag it out, which is the way I prefer to do it. Once again, I only put instruments in the song editor if I'm going to be recording really long, not really loops. But for some reason, some viewers don't like that I do it this way. I really don't know why. I think it seems a lot easier. Yeah, you can't see the notes like you can here, but does that really help you any? That's so small there until you click on it and look at it, in which case you can do the same thing over here. So anyway, that's a quick look at looping instruments in LMMS, looping a piano loop, or just a regular beat loop. So I thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you visit my site, filmsbychris.com. There's a link in the description. It's Chris with a K. Also, check out our Facebook fan page. There's a link in the description as well. I'd appreciate it if you go over there, give it a look. I've been posting some extra little things there, notes, updates, short little clips of stuff I'm working on before the final copies go up on YouTube. So you'll be a little more up to date if you check that out. And I appreciate it if you give us a like over there. And other than that, I just hope that you have a great day. Thanks for watching.